All right, guys. Welcome. Yeah. Just like I think maybe last week or maybe 2 weeks ago, they had the Kong Min Ho, or sorry, Kim Kong Hyun, or no, Kim Kong Min, uh, retirement ceremony. Today, the Doosan Bears are having a retirement ceremony for their longtime shortstop, Kim Jae Ho. He is in there for the starting lineup, and the first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Get one thing left to get started, and yeah, the 0-1 pitch is way outside. So Kim Jae Ho is over there at shortstop. I think he'll only play for one batter, basically. And the 1-1 is lifted up, popped up, the left fielder under it, and that's one away. Sorry, I'm trying to get the stuff all set up. There we go. Oh, he is still out there. Thought that they'd only be out there for one at bats, but apparently not. Again, the Kim Kong Min was he came out, he started, and then he immediately came out as that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. I mean, is he going to play the whole game here? Jeez. All righty, here comes the 0-1, and that is up high, ball one. There is no K zone on the screen for me to kind of decide if it's a ball or a strike. So I'm kind of eyeballing it a little bit. Is that is in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. See if we have the same issue where last week or the week before there was K zone suddenly appeared halfway through. So here we go, and it's the 2-1 pitch. We're back, Cameron, and it's 2-2. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. There we go. And in the dirt, to 3-2. Runs our counts full, our first full count of the day. I have to add some stuff here. I don't have everything just yet. Welcome, Alan. As that is fouled away. Don't often stream the old Doosan games, and here comes the 3-2 pitch. That is going to be a line into center field, but Jung Soo Bin makes the catch, and that's 2 away. Brings up currently, I would say walk away winner of the MVP or the rookie of the year, as he is having an absolutely ridiculous year. And that'll be it for our shortstop. The retirement of Kim Jae Ho will be the end for him, as we have to change uniforms, apparently. Again, this is his retirement. As the new shortstop will put on the uniform. Now he's got to figure out how to do all the other stuff, like tuck it in and It'll give me a few minutes here because again, today is Kim Jae Ho's retirement ceremony. So he was in there for two at bats, taking him out now. And so he is coming off the field. He had to switch uniforms with the the person taking his spots in the lineup. Everybody, as he is, I guess the shortstop today is going to play with a Kim Jae Ho uniform on. Oh, Kim Jae Ho, Kim. I can only imagine what that feels like. As he will walk off the mound. The final at bats, the final goodbye, as he will give some handshakes and all of that lovely stuff. As Park Jun Soon or Park Jun Soon will go in. He'll take over in the lineup at that spot, but will move to third base. Again, I don't understand all of the reasoning behind all this. Park Jun Soo, EU Chan will go from third base over to shortstop. I just don't understand why they just wouldn't have him come in at shorts. All right, so maybe sometime today we will have the rest of this game. So elsewhere around the league, again, Hanwha, if you were joining me, An Hyun Min is up for KT, but so right now it's Kim Jae Ho's retirement game. So he started the game and now he's out of the game, and that's what's taking so long. Yeah, I mean this is forever. All right, well now we're ready to finish this at bat as An Hyun Min as all the Doosan fans continue just sit down. So all right, so now that we've got that out of the way, maybe we'll have some actual baseball. Like I get it, but I just don't get the excessiveness of that, as that's in there for a strike and it's 0-1. All right, Anyan Min, the one pitch, and that's down by his feet, and it's 0-2. Sorry, 1-1. No, he's got to play with another man's uniform on the day. That's not fun, as that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop and throw, and that's three away. We'll go to the bottom of the first. It's a 0-0. They couldn't have left him in there to actually field a ground ball. Oh, a quick inning there for Chae Sung Young. Chae Sung Young has been up and down. He did win his last start. I don't think he has ever won two straight starts, though. The KBO app is having ridiculously slow issues today. So being able to keep up with this game via their app and stuff. All right. So EU Chan will lead things off for Doosan. The shortstop started the game at third, and moved over to shorts. Jang Jun Wan is getting a ton of recognition early in this game. Jesus on the mound. He has been really good and really bad. His last outing would be the really bad type of 5 innings, 7 runs, 11 hits with a home run. Just again, he has had really good games and he's had really, really bad games. So 2 games ago against Kia, 3 games ago against Kia, 5 innings, gave up 6 runs. Then against LG, 6 innings, no runs. And then against Kium, 5 innings, 7 runs. So up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Uh, as far as on the season against Doosan, 1 game, 3-0, or an ERA of 3 against them on the season, as the first pitch is way outside, ball one. Yeah, and the 1-0 pitch. And that is rips. And that will get inside the line. That is going to go down into the corner. Yu Chan is going to round first and head into second with a leadoff double. And just like that, so they've got a runner in scoring position on the second pitch of the day for Jesus. Tons of open seats, despite being a special occasion, it looks like. Maybe they're still filtering in. I don't know. All right, so Jung Soo Bin steps in. Normally, the leadoff batter, it's been changed as the first pitch. He drops down a bunt. It's a good one. Jesus picks it up, throws it to first, and that will move the runner over on the sacrifice bunts. Playing for that 1 run early in the game, I guess, is guess I don't know. All right, Cave steps in now. Chance to put Doosan up early. All right, the first pitch to Cave is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Cave 304 on the season as he enjoys his Sunday afternoons. 379 on the season for the Doosan right fielder. And the 0-1 pitch hits him, but he went around. Did he go around? Yeah, and right off of the arm, but he went around. And it's 0-2. Hits him in the old bicep, but he goes around, which means it's now 0-2. And he grounds that one. Diving stop by the shortstop, gets up, throws, but not in time. And that will be an infield single with the RBI to go with it. And he'll also be hanging out on first base. And Doosan up quick with their second hit of the inning as EU Chan scampers home and Cave hangs out at first. Almost ended up throwing it into the stands. The throw ends up going up the line, and luckily it hit Cave. Cave having a Scott or a Piscotti moments where he got hit with a pitch and then he got hit with the throw over to first, and that's his ball one. 1-0 to Yang Yi. Yang Yi 297 on the season for the old timer. And that misses outside 2-0. New Balance versus Adidas today. Yes, here comes the 2-0 pitch. Sets up on the outside right at the belt, and that misses up high 3-0. And right down the middle with the left hander. Let's see. A little chilly. As here comes the 3-1 pitch. And also down the middle, runs it full. And that will be the first full count of the day for Doosan. Yeah, swing and a miss, and the throw is awful. And Cave will be on a second base with that just stolen base. But the strikeout from Yang EG going from a 3-0 count to a strikeout. The first strikeout of the day for Jesus. There will be a ton of running today, ladies and gentlemen. There will be an absolute ton of running as the worst defensive catcher in the league by not even a close second is back behind the dish for the old KT Wiz. And that's misses low, ball one. Oh, Kim Jae-won, a 240 on the season, 7 home runs. And that catches the outside corner, and it's a 1-1. Kim Jae-won had a rough season to start, so he's brought it back a little bit. So he's never going to be a 300 hitter anymore. Lots of home runs, lots of power. And the 1-1 pitch way up and in, and it's 2-1. He hit Cave, but Cave swung, almost hit Kim Jae-won in the face there. Both Jung Soo-bin and Kim Jae-won struggling here in the month of July. Again, just the first week of July, so nothing to be too alarmed with. As the 2-1 in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. And here comes the 2-2 pitch, and he hits him. And that makes the stolen base mute. English is my first language, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Park Jun-soo steps in now. As that's a misses up high, 1-0. Park Jun-soo, 303 on the season, does have a couple home runs. He is the one that came over and took over for Kim Jae-ho. Yeah, and the 1-0 is a swing and a miss, 1-1. Jesus does really struggle in the beginning of he really struggles in the first inning. Opponents hitting 329 against him in the first inning. So, very, very rough first inning. After that, he settles down quite a bit and mm, is a much, much better pitcher. 226, 262, 204, 250, 211, and 100. So, this is his obviously his worst inning, as that is a foul on a ball that would have hit him in the foot if he didn't swing. 21 pitches already for Jesus. Cave on second base, Kim Jae Won at first. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. And misses way outside and low, 2-2. 2 on, 2 outs, 2-2 counts, 22 pitches. The deuces bees a wild here in the bottom of the first. And a swing and a miss on ball 6. That's will end the top of the or the bottom of the first, but a double, a single, and a hit by pitch scores 1 for Doosan, and we will go to the second inning. Yeah, that was not pretty, man. Wouldn't say it's the worst swing ever, but it was not pretty. All righty, back here, top of the second inning. Be 4-5, a 6 up 4. The KT Wiz, Chase Sung Yong, 1-2-3 first inning, despite all the extra stuff going on. Doosan wearing their throwback Moon Bear uniforms. Maybe we'll get an at bat here. Maybe they're trying to boomerang back up into the standings. Yeah, as the first pitch is the ball way up high. All right, here comes the 1-0 pitch. Jang Sung Woo at 255 on the season, as that is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, 1-1. Jang Sung Woo always looking for somebody to fight as the 1-1 pitch doesn't quite break in, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch sets up right down the middle, and that is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 2-2. Boomerang uniforms, moon bear uniforms, throwback uniforms. You pick what you want to call them. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball up the middle, and that's going to be the first hit of the day for the old KT Wizards. And that brings up Rojas, who has been having a much better season as of late. A little nutmeg past the pitcher off the base and bounces into the dirt or bounces into the grass and not a threat to steal. And here comes the first pitch to Rojas, swings and fouls that one off, and it's 0-1. Rojas, 256 on of the season, 11 home runs, moved up into the all time lead for foreign bats with his home run earlier this week. Here comes the 0-1 pitch in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-2. Rojas switch hitter, so is not hitting well against Chase Sung Young, though. Might want to think about just swinging from the left side as he is 0 for 6 with a strikeout against today's starting pitcher. And the 0-2 pitch, that's going to be grounded foul, and it stays 0-2. Ba, ba, ba. Na, na, na. Here we go. The 0-2 pitch sets up way inside, and that is lifted into the air. Jung Soo Bin going back in front of the warning track and makes the catch, and that will be one away. Brings up a Moon Sang Chol, first baseman for KT, who is not having a good year. They were expecting a lot of things from him. He has not had a good year at all. Offensively, KT has had plenty of struggles. Missing Kang Bae Ko has been injured a couple times. Moon Sang Chol hitting a 211. Rojas not having his standard season. That's a beautiful, beautiful curveball in there for a strike. And then you've got Hog Young Min, who's a 220, 230 career hitter, having an off season also over at third base. They've just been having troubles as that's in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Offensively, having struggles. Cuevas has not pitched well for KT. On top of that, Jesus has pitched well at times, but not great. Go Young Pyo has not been pitching too well lately. Their real bright spots have been their other Korean guys, as that has lifted up a cave, giving chase, running with it, and makes the catch, spins around, and that will be 2 away. Interesting there. Cave running with the ball, not something you normally see from an outfielder. Usually they run to the spot and get underneath it, but maybe it just kept carrying and finally stuck the glove up to make the catch. That's going to bring up a Wang Jae-gyun. Always feels disrespected as that is a strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. Wang Jae-gyun of former Lotte fame. There. As that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. 네, 다음 주 기회 스위프인데 아직 1회. And the 0-2 pitch and a swing and a miss, and that was an ugly, ugly looking swing for strikeouts. And that's well in the top half of the second inning. We'll go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Doosan. Get you a leadoff single and then proceed to go 0 for 3. Man. All right, Jesus will come back out. Not a great first inning, but again, I talked about it. He settles down after the first inning. You'll have the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up as Doosan already has a double, a single, a sacrifice, and a hit by pitch to lead to their one run. But they left two runners on as Doosan's offense is really, really not good. It'll be interesting to see late in this game, if it is a close game, how these bullpens go because Doosan's bullpen is not very good. They were able to hold on to the lead last night, but again, just not a very good bullpen. Couple checks on some stuff here. Elsewhere around the league so far, again, this KBO app has been awful today. Man, Lotte has taken an early 1-0 lead against Kia, and SSG has taken a 1-0 lead against NC. NC was my pick to win. I had my two locks for the day were Hanwha and NC. But NC is going to make me look stupid. Something I prefer to do on my own. All right, now we're ready. Oh Myung Jin steps in. Thank you, Cameron. Swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. And the 0-1 pitch to Oh Myung Jin is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Lefty versus lefty. Lefties actually hit better against Jesus than righties. The lefties are hitting a 292 against Jesus on the season versus righties that are just hitting 220. As that's outside, ball 1-1-2. I would think so. KT should win. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. And a flailing swing and a miss. And that will be a strikeout number 3 for Jesus. And one away. Yeah, KT should win. But again, this is the KBO, and you never know. Especially with the fact that it's a Sunday. I think KT should win. And that's going to be a ground ball. Shortstop to his right. Picks it up, throws, and 2 away. The fact that Doosan did not score more in the first inning is not a good thing for their sign. I'm sorry, Alan. Do you really think Doosan is a good team? Kim Jae-ho. Oh, Kim Jae-ho. Yeah, now that's in the dirt. It's ball 1-0. All right, Chu Jae-hyun. That's a name I'm going to have to look at before I pronounce it each time. 262 on the season for the left fielder, and the second pitch there in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-1. Yeah. I talked about it. I think they were lucky the last 2 years. As that is a fouled away, and it's 1-2. Because remember, just a few years ago, they were the 9th team in the league. And then suddenly they were, and then the 1-2 is going to be a ground ball. Second baseman picks it up, throws to first, and 1-2-3 go the Doosan Bears. And we will go to the third inning. Kiwi just likes to do whatever I say. He likes to do the opposite. You better hope. Who is the number one fan? Oh, Steve. Why do you want KT to lose? Does it have anything to do with their third baseman and catcher? Or does it have to do with the fact that KT has way cooler uniforms than Hanwha does? And NC takes the lead 2-1. Like I said, NC is a lock. Kiwi, are you having issues with the KBO stats app? It is so slow today. All right, so KT is going to have their 8-9-1 hitters coming up. All right, Chaesung Young still out there, obviously. Top of the third inning, they'll have the 8-9-1 hitters as Beijing Day leads things off. And that's in the dirt. Ball one. And the 1-0 misses low. Ball two, 2-0. Chaesung Young on the season, 4.73 ERA. He does pitch better against KT. 2 games, a 3.18 ERA. But the thing is I think the stats are very misleading. Because KT hit 313 against him as he walks the first batter on 4 pitches. Says, I need a new baseball. That one doesn't have any strikes in it. And that brings up the 9 hitter, Jung Jun Wan. So 5 strikeouts, 4 walks, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, and a 168 whip. So his whip is higher and his batting average against is higher against KT, but his ERA is lower. And KT's manager is not good. So there's a runner on first, nobody out. They're probably going to bunt here because, again, the 3 worst managers in the KBO now, KT's manager, LG's manager, and Hanwha's manager, continue to prove that the old people in the KBO need to find a hobby. Somebody needs to buy him a fishing pole and lock him in a lake. As the first pitch is dropped down and they throw to first and 1 away. Somebody buy him a set of binoculars or something and teach him the bird watching book or something so I don't have to watch this crap. All right, Kim Song-soo steps in now. 33 pitches now for Chae Young. And that's a strike at the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. Kim Song-soo 0 for 1 on the day. Flew out to left field in his first at-bats. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. It sets up right down the middle, and a curveball doesn't curve, and it's 1-1. Chae Young mainly throws his fastball 47% of 48% of the time, 142 again from the left side. Slider off of that's 22% of the time. Then his other 2 pitches, a forkball and a curveball, is right at 14-15%. So mainly those 4 pitches. So you do have to actually pay attention to 4 pitches It's not like a lot of the the Korean guys is a two pitch or three pitches. That's a beautiful curveball in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch, way way outside at 2-2. His last game, 5.1 innings, 77 pitches, uh, 2 runs. Both of them earned. Before that, 2.1 innings, 9 runs. He has not had two good starts in a row as a dive back to second base. He has not had two good starts in a row. So he a loss in his last 5 games, a loss, a loss, a win, a loss, a win. So he should be in line for another loss. And here comes the 2-2 pitch way up high, and that's going to run the count full 3-2. Second full count of the day for KT. A fly out to center field in the first inning by Kim Min Hyuk on the first one. And here comes the 3-2 pitch, sets up on the outside. And he turns on it, so that's going to be a fly ball to left field, though, and that's 2 away. And once again, proving how stupid KBO managers are because now they still need a hit. Leadoff single in last inning, 2 straight outs, 3 straight outs. This inning, they got a walk and then a sacrifice and then an out. So they're 0 for 4 with runners on base, 0 for 1 with runners in scoring position. And here comes the first pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1 to Kim Min Hyuk. Kim Min Hyuk flew out to center field in his first at bats, 0 for 1 on the day. In I would say probably the most tatted Korean player. As the 0-1 pitch catches the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-2. Has to be between him and Park Byung Ho, I think. Yeah, here comes the 0-2 pitch, sets up on the outside, way outside in the other batter's box, and he throws it there, and 1-2. Left-handed pitcher to left-handed batter, throw the 0-2 count in the other batter's box. It's the only way to do it. That's the way we've always done it. That's the way you have to keep doing it. And the 1-2 checks on the runner over at second base, who jogs back. I think that's Mary Kate's favorite there. As here comes the 1-2 pitch, sets up on the outside. And that's going to be a single through the left side. He's going to come around the throw home. Will not get him, and that ties the game with an RBI single. Congratulations, you scored after a sacrifice. Why did I have the fourth batter on second? All right, An Hyun Min steps in now 0 for 1 on the day as he grounded out 6-3 ground out in his first at bats in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And now the 0-1 in the dirt gets away, but he says, hold up, don't run yet. And that's 1-1 now. Kim Min Hyuk at second base should be able to score on a single. That's if An Hyun Min decides to keep the ball in the ballpark. He is one of the only KBO players that I say looks like a baseball player. As the 1-1 pitch in there for strike on the inside corner, and it's 1-2. An Hyun Min having an excellent rookie season. Far and away the front runner for rookie of the year. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. And he goes down and lines it to left, and it's going to drop down, and that is going to score another run. And like I said, KT should win. Because I know everything. Everything, ladies and gentlemen. They tried to make the catch in left field, but it definitely hit the ground first. No questions at all there. And now they've got a runner on first with Jang Sung Woo stepping in, who singled in his first at bats, 1-for-1 on the day. An Hyun Min. Jang Sung-woo led off the second inning with a single, but was left over at first base. Check over on Hyun Min easily takes a couple steps back. And that misses inside. Ball 1-0. Jae Young doesn't strike out a lot of guys, 52 strikeouts in 78 innings. Does have some walk issues, though, 33 walks in those 78 innings. So something you do have to worry about is the 1-0, a slow curve in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. As far as innings goes, this is his worst inning. 316 is what opponents hit against him in the third inning. So the second inning is pretty rough, and then the third inning is his worst inning by far. As the 1-1 pitch is up high, ball 2-1. 50 pitches now, as that's this 22nd pitch in this inning. 13 in the first inning, 15 in the second, now 22 here in the third inning. And the 2-1, he checks his swing, but fouls it into the dirt anyway, and it's 2-2. All right, so the 2-2 pitch sets up down the middle again, and that is going to be lifted into center field, and that's going to drop down. An Hyun Min is going to go first to third, and another single, 3 straight singles there, and they've got runners on the corner. That's going to bring up Rojas, always dangerous Rojas. All right, 52 pitches. Chae Sung-young Rojas looks at the first pitch there, and it's in there for a strike at the middle of the zone. 0-1 at 255 on the season for Rojas. A fly out to center and his only at bat. 0-for-1 on the day. 0-for-7 now on the season against Chae Sung-young. And here comes the pitch, fouled a straight back on ball one. And it's 0-2. KT would love to add some runs here in the third inning. Runner on third is An Hyun Min. Runner at first is Jang Sung Woo. Jang Sung Woo would need a double to score from first base. A clean, well, with two outs, it doesn't matter. He's running on anything. And he sets up way outside in the other batter's box, and he does not chase it. Way, way outside. I mean, his foot is barely in the catcher's box. And here comes the 1-2. And fouls that one away, and it stays 1-2. 56 pitches now, 28 pitches in this inning for Chae Sung Young. All righty, here we go. The 1-2 pitch once again sets up, slams the glove on the ground, and curveball misses way up, 2-2. 30th pitch of this inning for Chae Sung Young. Sets up on the outside corner. And he checks his swing, but fouls that off, and it stays 2-2. Jang Sung Woo was running on that pitch. That's what you want to call it. All right, here we go again. A 2-2 pitch, two outs, two runs in the inning, a 2 on. And swing and a miss on a high fastball. Gets them, but they leave 2 on, but they get 2 across. And they take the lead 2-1. We'll go to the bottom of the third. Finally getting some hits with runners on base. And let's see here. What do we got here? What do we got here? What do we got? Mhm. Yeah. Let's see. Trying to get all my numbers ready. All right. Coming up to bat will be the top of the lineup that'll flip it back over to Yu Chan Jung Soo Bin to start the bottom of the third for Doosan. They only gave up 2 runs there. I almost feel like they should feel, I don't want to say happy or proud, but yeah, I mean, definitely could have been way worse with Rojas, who's again now 0 for 4 against Chae Sung Young. So it looks like the pitch com fell down off of Jesus's glove. And the first pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Now they're not going to put the pitch total up on the screen. This broadcast is just super sporadic. Spo TV is just not ran well, as the 1-1 is going to be grounded to the shortstop, throws to first, and that's one away. You got again now the strike zone is on, the K zone is on the screen, but so many times they come back super late where you miss a pitch that you'll get a view of absolutely nothing. It'll be a fly ball to left field, and you'll be watching somebody in the crowd. As here comes Jung Soo Bin. Jung Soo Bin, a sacrifice bunt in his first inning, and that's, I have no idea what that was. In there for a strike anyway, and the 0-1 is lifted into left field. Makes a step forward, then a couple back, and that's two away. Two real quick outs for Doosan. Cave will step in now, 1 for 1 on the day with a RBI single and a stolen base, but was left on the base pass as Doosan wasn't able to do anything afterwards. And in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, 0-1. Here we go. The 0-1 pitch, 38 pitches for Jesus, and 39th is bounced to the back and 1-1. The 1-1 pitch pops him up. Foul territory is the third baseman, and that's will be 3 away. 1, 2, 3. Go Doosan once again. 8 pitch inning there for Jesus. 9 in the second, 8 in the third. We'll go to the fourth inning. It's a 2-1 KT. KT will have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up. And again, the app is running so slowly, I can't even see the rest of the day's games. No, I can't keep you updated at all. Obviously, I can't have a score ticker. I would love to have a score ticker going along the bottom there, but unfortunately, it's not possible. So it looks like 1-0 Samsung. They took the lead over LG. Kia has come back and they've taken the 2-1 lead over Lotte, and then SSG has tied that game up 2-2 now. As Kia is threatening with some more as they've got runners on the corners with 2 outs in the bottom of the second. Samsung has a runner on first in the bottom of the fourth with 2 outs. As we get ready to start the top of our fourth inning. Chae Sung Young is still out there. Moon Sang Cho will greet him. 59 pitches 31 there in the last inning, as that one is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Moonsong Chol 0 for 1 on the day. He flew out to right field in his first at bat, average down to 209 now. And the 0-1 is way outside, 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch up and in, and it's 2-1. Let's get this game moving along, ladies and gentlemen. And the 2-1 in the dirt's 3-1. Speed this thing up. Reduce the pitch reduce the time in between pitches. Take a couple seconds off. Speed this game up. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. So that's going to be ball 4 as he walks the leadoff batter again. Second straight inning with a leadoff batter being walked. The last one ended up in 2 runs. What will happen this time? Third straight inning that's KT has had the leadoff runner on. A leadoff single by the catcher in the second inning, a leadoff walk by the center fielder in the third inning, and now here in the top of the fourth, you got a leadoff walk to the first baseman. All right, Wong Jae-gyun, 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out in his first at-bats. 309 on the season for the third baseman. And here comes the first pitch, sets up right down the middle. And it runs in, and it's 1-0. The 1-0 sets up down the middle, but he throws over to first, makes a couple steps back, and easily is in there. And the 1-0 pitch is fouled away, 1-1. 129 on the gun there. 66 pitches already from the left-hander. 13 in the first inning, 15 in the second, 31 in that third inning. He's already thrown 7 here with a runner on first and nobody outs. And here comes the 1-1 pitch, sets up on the inside. He drops down the bunts, but he tries to bunt it to Japan, apparently, and that is going to be 1-2. Here we go. The 1-2 pitch sets up on the inside again. And that's going to be a ground ball up the middle. And that's another single. As they've now got runners on first and seconds with nobody outs. Cameron, are you in the chat still? Getting ready to have another 7-run day. All right, Beijing Day steps in. He led off the last inning with a walk and came around to score a run. We'll see if they drop down the bunts here. Yeah. They do, and that is going to go to first base. The throw just barely got him at first. Everybody moves up a base. Wow, that was close at first. barely gets him at first. That's going to be one away though, and that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter. And Jung Jun Won again. That is a move that increases your chance of scoring 1 run by 4%. Doesn't help with the rest of it, as that is outside ball 1. Again, KT's manager needs to retire, find a hobby. The 3 old guys in the KBO are just dragging the KBO down. Yeah, another 1-0 pitch is going to be ripped, but gets foul, and the ball boy misses it. Ball boy, ball boy, ball boy. Let's get our stuff together, man. And I guess he needs a new piece of wood. And that one sacrificed its life. All right, the 1-1 pitch to Jung Jun Won, a 222 on of the season. Runners on second and third, 1 out, 1-1 pitch. Sets up on the inside, misses badly, but ABS says that's a strike. Missed his spot by about 2 feet. All right, the 1-2 pitch now. Glove tap on the ground, goes inside, and he catches him looking. And 2 away. That's going to flip the lineup back over to Kim Song Soo, and we'll see, does the bunt manifest anything? Again, you're bunting to have the number 9 and 1 hitters coming up to try to score a run, try to get a hit to score a run. As that one is in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. Yeah, and then the 0-1 is going to be a single right back up the middle off the glove of the second base or the shortstop. The throw home is not in time, and another RBI single where you're going to go to seconds. 2 RBIs on that, and KT takes the 4-1 lead. As Doosan once again cannot get out of an inning. That's going to bring up the number 2 hitter, Kim Min Hyuk. Kim Min Hyuk 1-for-1 with an RBI single. A run scored in last inning. Run scored there by Moon Sung Cho and Wang Jae Gyun. 75 pitches now for Chae Sung Young. Kim Min Hyuk now 1-for-2 in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. They need a lot of things, Alan. New shortstop, a new second baseman, a new first baseman, a new third baseman. And the 0-1 is in the dirts. 1-1. Ooh, almost takes his head off, and that's going to be ball 2, 2-1. 2-1 pitch now. Kim Min Hyuk with a shaky leg, and the pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner. 2-2. 79 pitches now for Chase Sung Young as he is going to, I'm going to guess, not be able to get through 5 innings. We're still just now in the top of the fourth as he's given up 4 runs. Yeah, and a runner on second, 2-2 counts, and that's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. Picks it up, steps on the bag, and that's will be the end of the first or the fourth for KT, but they get another 2 runs on a walk, a single, a sacrifice, and another single. That puts them up 4-1. Well, the third baseman is the one that came in and switched uniforms with the shortstop who retired. Your first baseman now was the second baseman last year. All right, so we'll have the 4, 5, 6 coming up for Doosan. You're in the bottom. Oh my lord, KBO, fix your stuff. I rely on the app to be able to get the stuff that I can't see because I can't see everything. Because there's just stuff that's not shown on the actual broadcast. All right. But no, the app just keeps freezing. Again, the KBO broadcast, the SPO TV broadcast is just not very good. All right, first pitch is in there for a strike to Yang Yi. 0-1 now. Yang Yi, wrong side. Yang Yi struck out in his first at bats. Yeah, so that's going to be a ground ball. Third baseman grabs it, throws across the diamond, and that's 1 away. Number 5 hitter coming up, Kim Jae-won. And Kim Jae-won hit by a pitch in his first at bats, 0 for 0 on the day. Is Doosan needs to do something quick, as that is in there for a ball on the inside, and it's 1-0. And the 1-0 pitch runs inside, and it's 2-0. 240 on the season on for the DH. Again, he will play left field every once in a while, but at this point in his career, he is pretty much strictly DH, as that's in there for strike, and it's 0-1. Kind of very similar to Chae Hyung-woo for Kia. At this point in his career, Chae Hyung-woo is going to DH most of the time, but if he needs to, he can play left field. That's a swing and a miss there, 0-2. Kim Jae-won at one point had aspirations of going to the MLB. He attempted it, but didn't get any offers. So re-signed with Doosan. Yeah, another 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that's strikeout to number 4 on the day for Jesus. And out number 2 here in the 4th inning. That'll bring up the number 6 hitter, Pak Jun Soo. Yeah, now first pitch is going to be a single through the left side, and they've got their first hit since Cave's RBI single. And there's your or your third baseman, Allen, coming through with his single there. And here comes the pitch to Oh Myung Jin. Oh Myung Jin 0 for 1, struck out in his first at bats. A swing and a miss there. And it's on 1. 277 on in the season for the second baseman. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. He slaps the bunt at it, and it's a liner to the third baseman. And that's will be 3 away. Good Lord. That was ugly. Allen, don't hurt your TV. Don't hurt your TV, Allen. That was probably one of the worst bunts I've ever seen. Slaps, he throws the bat at it, and he hits it so hard, he lines out to the third baseman on a bunt. Lines out to the third baseman on a bunt. That is skill, ladies and gentlemen. That is skill. Looks like Lotte is threatening. They've got runners on first, second, and third in the top of the third with 2 outs. LG has taken the lead, though, 3-1 now against Samsung. I don't know how anybody's scoring because, again, all I can see is the actual scores. I can't get into any of the app to tell you who's doing what because, again, the KBO app is so bad. Oh, they will. KT will have the 3-4-5 hitters coming up in the top of the 5th inning. And Chase Sung Young, 80 pitches so far. So you have to wonder how long he is going to be in there. And that will do it. Puck Shin-ji will come out onto the mound here in the top of the 5th. Chase Sung Young and not able to get through the 5th inning. All right, Pak Shin-ji, first pitch is in there for a strike to An Hyun-min. An Hyun-min, an RBI single in his last at bats, 1 for 2 on the day. And the fouled way 0-2. There we go. Oh, a 6-3 ground out in the RBI single in his last at bats, and the 0-2 is ripped, but it's going to get fouled, and the ball boy will have to head out onto the field to play to grab that one as we get to reset here. Final line for the Doosan starter. Gave up 4 runs, all of them earned. Just 2 strikeouts. Sorry, 3 strikeouts. As that is a curveball that goes about 55 feet and into the dirt, and it's 1-2. 4 runs, all of them earned, 3 strikeouts, 4 innings, only 80 pitches. Before they said, "Hey, it's done. We're not going to have you go back through that 3-4-5 again." As the 1-2 pitch hits him, gets ahead 0-2, and then hits him. That's going to bring up a Jang Sung Woo. Jang Sung Woo, 2 for 2 on the day, couple singles.
너무 감사합니다.
Thank you, Nord. And Lotte takes the lead, 3-2 now. So here we go. The first pitch is low, ball 1-0. Park Shin Ji, 6 pitches already, and has got a runner on first. Jang Sung-woo, cleanup hitter, so they're not going to have him bunt. As here comes the 1-0 pitch, sets up right down the middle and lays off of it, as that's way low. And 2-0. Yeah, KT's up. Yeah, and here comes the 2-0 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Underhand toss to the second baseman. A slow throw to first. And that will be a 6-4-3 double play. Yeah, there you go. Kim Yong, Byung Sal Ta. As Jung Song-woo breaks some land speed records with that, or Jang Song-woo breaks some land speed records with that attempted run out at first base. All right, Rojas stepping up now. 0 for 2 on the day. Flew out to center field and a strikeout. Flipping over to the left side now. And watches a curveball break in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Rojas has to be happy to Chae Sung-young is gone, as he is 0 for 8 on the season against him. 254 against everyone else. Yeah, and then the 0-1 pitch sets up on the outside. Swing and a miss at a pitch that hit the plate, and it's 0-2. Would it be all the away teams win today? NC is the only away team or a home team that is not losing. In Hanwha with the big 10-1 victory against Kium. As here comes the 0-2 pitch with his glove on the ground, and he lands it on the ground. But Rojas not chasing that one. He chased the first two. Yeah, and the 1-2 pitch, a glove on the ground again. They go back to it for the 4th time. That's going to be a ground ball to the second baseman, down to a knee, throws to first, and that will be 3 away. They get a hit by pitch, but a double play ends that, and then Rojas with a 4-3 groundouts ends the top of the 5th for KT. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 4-1 KT. We'll have the 8-9-1 hitters coming up for Doosan. Kang Sung Ho, Chu Jae Hyun, and Yu Chan coming up. Jesus sitting pretty right now. Game is moving along quite nicely after the super slow start due to the retirement ceremony. Heading into the bottom of the 5th. Other games LG and Samsung both they're in the bottom of the fifth, bottom of the third for the Lotte Kia game, and the bottom of the fifth for the SSG and NC game. Thank you, Nerf. Oh, it was a Nerf. I couldn't read it very well. Yeah, I do every weekend. Depending on what game you want to watch, you can always I'll put up a poll each week that lets you pick which game you want to do. So Jesus is still out there on the mound, obviously, as he is pitching very nicely after his first inning hiccup. Kang Sung Ho will greet him as Jesus finally got the glove all fixed up. Now he's got his pitch comm back out on his glove. And here comes the first pitch to Kang Sung Ho. He fakes the bunts, and it's a ball. Yeah, next weekend I won't stream because it's the All-Star game. So the All-Star game is a game that you really have to watch. Like no person ever possibly could stream and do it justice. The KBO All-Star game has costumes and acting and lots of things. So streaming it doesn't really give you what it's actually about. So the fouled away there, 2-1 now. Kang Sung Ho 0 for 1 on the day, 6-3 ground out back in the second inning. Not having a good offensive season as that is a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2 or 2-2. And last year, an absolutely fantastic season at second base. This year, they were expecting things from him, obviously big things from him. They moved him over to third as Hog Young Min went to KT in the offseason as a free agent signing. The 2-2 misses low, runs the count full, and a full count. Second full count of the day for Doosan. A strikeout in the first inning from Yang Yi with the full count. Kang Sung Ho. Doosan is that is going to be fouled away, and it stays 0-2 or 3-2. Champ, if you're looking at your screen, obviously you have the down arrow next to the 5, but also if you look, there's a bat behind the person who's batting. So where it says first base Kang Sung Ho, I know you guys probably can't read Korean. Where it says Kang Sung Ho, that's who has the bat in their hand as the 3-2 is grounded through the left side, and that will be a leadoff single for Kang Sung Ho. And that's will well, another pitch there for Jesus. All right, Chu Jae Hyun will step up. 4-3 ground out in his first at bat on the day. Yeah, and the first pitch is they goes, and he is in there with an easy stolen base. Again, the catcher for KT is awful. Easy stolen base. Great pitch to throw on right down the middle, but the throw is not good. He just has no arm. Kang Sung Ho is not a fast guy, but their catcher is just so bad. As the 0-1, a swing and a miss there, 0-2. And I think he's thrown out like something like 10% of runners or something. I think 3 of them tripped and fell on the way. Not really, but as that misses outside, ball 1-2. But yeah, he is zero questions the worst defensive catcher in the league, and it's not close at all. I would say every backup is better than he is at throwing out runners. as the 1-2 runs in and almost hits him. He's saying he got him on the hand. And he's saying he got him on the hand. He's saying, review it. It hit me on the hand. As he will go talk to the crew chief, I guess. It does look like it hit him on the hand. Check a different angle here. You got to get better at acting. You got to drop the bat down if he hits you. Umpire talking to the crew chief, stating his case, saying what he saw. Did he hit him? Did he hit at the buckle? Did he? I think he's saying if he hit the buckle, then it's not. When I say the buckle, I mean the strap to the glove. It's not a hit by pitch because you can't have anything sticking out. So the home plate umpire is having a little powwow with the crew chief right now. I cannot translate because my Korean lip reading is not very good. Now we've got another umpire coming in to talk. And he's saying, nope. Now Doosan is saying that they want to video replay it. All of that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you can see. It does look like it hit him. I've got something. Show someone. I think that man, it's so difficult. Like they he's saying nope. All right, well, that was a waste of time. KBO still filming in 720 at 15 frames per second. Can't slow anything down as that's it. Just took 15 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, to get nothing. All right, Chu Jae Hyun now steps in again. 2-2 count here. Sets up on the outside, and that's going to be rolled over. First baseman grabs it, underhand toss to Jesus, steps on the bag, just gets him, and that's will be one away. Kang Sung Ho will move over on to third base, and that will flip the lineup back over to the top for EU Chan. Runner now 90 feet away. Oh, Chu Jae Hyun has got to work on his acting. If you're going to say the ball hits you, you've got to drop the bat. It can't hit you and not make you drop the bats. Apparently, they're out there telling jokes, working on their stand up routine. Even the umpire laughing back behind them. All right. Here we go. As this game is crawled to a halt at this point. All right, Chan a 1 for 2, a double. His run scored back in the first inning as that's in there for a strike. I think he got a little piece of it, but it is now 0-1. 73 pitches for Jesus. 3-1 count, or sorry, 1-2 on the day. A 6-3 ground out in his second at bats back in the third inning. And here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that is fouled out of play, and it's 0-2. Picardi sweats. It feel like sometimes you wonder is well, especially years ago when they didn't have the robot umpires. Man, you would have to believe that people were on the take because that's going to be a swing and a miss, and that's a fifth strikeout of the day for Jesus. As that's two away now, bringing up the ever quirky Jung Soo Bin. Jung Soo Bin with one of the most recognizable uh, stances in the league. And the first pitch is in there for a strike on the inside, and it's 0-1. Jung Soo Bin sacrificed bunt in his first at bat, a fly out to left in his second at bat, 0 for 1 on the day. And did he go around? He did not. 1-1. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do, right? Yeah, and the 1-1 pitch sets up in the zone, and that's a swing and a miss at a pitch at his head. Yeah, and it's 1-2. Jesus' wife looking on. I assume that's his wife. Maybe it's his girlfriend. All righty, here we go. The 1-2 pitch sets up in the zone again, and that is fouled away. 1-2. Jung Soo Bin is not a guy that strikes out very often. He will strike out every once in a while, but definitely not an easy strikeouts. Kang Sung Ho, 90 feet away after the single, the stolen base, and the ground outs. 69 pitches for Jesus so far here in the bottom of the fifth. The 1-2 count sets up probably going out. No, going inside and fouls that away again, and it stays 1-2. Looking around the league. All right. So once again, Wiz be ready. The 1-2 count sets up on the outside this time. And misses just outside at 2-2. Na 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 na. All right, it's a 2-2 count. So 2 outs as Jesus steps off the back of the mound. And that's going to be a single over the jumping shortstop, and that will score a run. And just like that, Doosan has cut the lead in half, 4-2. The stolen base proves to be huge, as without that stolen base, that was probably going to be a double play. That puts runners on first base as Kang Sung Ho slowly creeps his way home. Jung Soo Bin now at first base. I have to imagine that he is also going to be stealing. Jung Soo Bin with plenty of speed, good base runner, good stolen base threats. As here we go. Here's the pitch. Nope. We're going to have a toss over to first base. Cave 1 for 2 on the day. RBI single in his first at bat. Also a stolen base. And then a pop up to the third baseman on foul territory back in the third inning. And here we go. Swing and a miss on a pitch on the inside zone. And it's 0-1. Thank you, whoever's doing that. More. All righty, here we go. The 0-1 pitch sets up on the outside, way outside. And a swing and a miss on the inside corner, as that's now 0-2. Cave walks out of the batter's box. Upset at himself for missing that one. All righty, here we go. The 0-2 pitch just sets up on the outside once again, up at the belt. Way outside, and Jung Soo Bin easily steals that base. Third stolen base of this game for the Doosan Bears. It wasn't even close. And there's got to be a point where, at some point, where the man, there's got to be a point where you're like, man, your defense behind the plate is so bad. I don't care how good you are offensively. I mean, he's not a great offensive guy. He's hitting 260. He's not a great offensive guy. As, the 1-2 is grounded to first, but it just goes foul, and it stays 1-2. I mean, he this is the same catcher that tries to get fights all the time. 네, 한화 이겼어요. 네, 그 경기 중계 방송했어요. All right, the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside, a swing and a miss there, and that's a big strikeouts. 6th strikeout of the day for Jesus. We will take our 5th inning stretch, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back in just a few. I'll see you when I do. right, Louise, just about back. A lot of pump around the stadium is the whole retirement ceremony for Kim Jae Hall. So looks like some flowers, some signatures, some other stuff here or there, everywhere. They're just now doing all their stuff. Mm. So, career with Doosan, 1,794 games, 1,235 hits, 600 RBIs, 12,244 and two-thirds innings of defense. That's always all of those is first in Bears history. 14 times a starter in the postseason. MVP of the 2020 second game and a third game MVP. 7 straight seasons of Korean series and 95 games in his postseason career. 5th in the KBO history. I believe the last time I saw him, he was doing something. Premier 12, a victory in the 2000 member of the 2000 or the Premier 12 championship team. 8 for 19, 421, and that's the WBC. So a ton of years. A great defensive guy over at Shorts. They have been struggling since he left. Last time I looked, he was doing the whole whatever that's ex-professional players team thing is. The Chaegon Hanwha now, I think it's like or Chaegon Yagu, and I think now it's like Bugot and Yagu or something like that. Fireworks baseball or something like that. So I still don't have any update on who's pitching. I don't know if it's the same pitcher. It is the same pitcher. Pak Shin Ji is still out there. He will face Moon Sung Chul once we finally decide to play this baseball game again. And Oh Yoon Suk is pinch hitting, and that's the first pitch he sees, and that's going to roll to the ground, roll to the outfield, and that's is going to be a leadoff double. Oh, Moon Sung Chul comes out. Oh Yoon Suk takes over and puts the first pitch he sees rolling up against the wall. All right, that's going to bring up Wang Jae-gyun, a 1 for 2 on the day for Wang Jae-gyun. A single in his last at-bats, a run scored, struck out in his first at-bats. And here comes the first pitch is lifted into right field. That might be trouble. Cave going over in foul territory, slips, and it goes foul. And 0-1. All right, here we go. The 0-1 pitch, and that is up and in. 1-1. Yeah, I mean, Doosan's bullpen is not very good. Their closer is pretty good, but their bullpen is overused because their starters aren't very good. As the 1-1 misses way outside, and it's 2-1. KT has probably the best closer in the league. And here we go. The 2-1 pitch sets up on the inside, right at the thigh. And he swings at a pitch down off the plates. And it's 2-2. Wong Jae-gyun, former San Francisco Giant. And here we go. The 2-2 pitch. Yang Yi watching Oh Yoon Suk, making sure he's not giving away the pitch, as that's going to be a ground ball to the first baseman. Bobbles it, steps on the bag, and that will be one away, but he moves him up 90 feet for another run. Productive outs is what you got to get. None of these bunt crap. All right, Baejung Day now steps in. He is 0 for 0 on the day. He walked and scored a run in his first at bat, and then a sacrifice bunt in his second at bat. 220 on the season for the center fielder, the longtime center fielder. And that is low, ball one. 1-0. And the 1-0 is lifted into the air. Left fielder going back. That should be deep enough. He will come running in, but zero chance that they get him as he is in, standing up, and a sacrifice fly to the left fielder scores another one, and that puts KT back up 5-2. Just like you drew it up, right, Nerf? Just how you drew it up, ladies and gentlemen. All right, that's going to bring up Jong Jun Won. Jong Jun Won 0 for 1 on the day, is that is in there for a strike at the top of the zone. He sacrificed bunts in his first at bat and then struck out looking in his second at bats. And the 0-1 is swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. And the 0-2 swing and a miss, and that's going to be strikeout and out number 3. But KT gets their run back. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 5-2. KT. Jesus should still be coming out. Jesus is 77 pitches total so far. 11, 12, 15, 22. All right, so whoa, wrong button. Sorry, guys. All right, Jesus is still out there. 77 pitches for the big left-hander. 23 in the first, 9 in the second, 8 in the third, 10 in the fourth, 27 the last inning where he gave up a single stolen base, a single, another stolen base. Did get 2 strikeouts. He's at 6 strikeouts on the day. As Yang Yi will greet him here in the bottom. Yang Yi averaged down to 295, 0 for 2 on the day, struck out in his first at bat, fouls that first one off out of play, and it's 0 1. Struck out in his first at bat, a 5-3 ground out in his second at bat. Yeah, and here comes the 0 1 pitch. Fouled away again on a pitch that was way up in the zone, way up out of the zone, I should say. 0 2. Yang Yi. Yang Yi. And NC takes the lead at 3-2. And swing and ripped foul. We'll have another one, another 0-2 pitch. So NC is bases loaded, bottom of the sixth. They've got one run across already. And here comes the 0-2 as he reaches out for it to end foul territory. And nope, not going to be able to make the catch, and it stays 0-2. Lote's up 4-2 against Kia, bottom of the fifth now, as Lotte proving how slow they are. LG and Samsung. LG's up 3-2 in the top of the eighth with a runner on second, 1 out, as that game is moving along quite nicely. I'm actually very surprised that I didn't get a lot more people voting for that game. I thought there would be a lot of. I thought the 2 games that people would want to see would be Lotte and Kia and LG and Samsung. But I was wrong, as that one is lifted into left field. That's going to be trouble as that goes. Goodbye, baseball. Yang Yi gives a souvenir to the Kim Jae-ho fans who have come to watch the retirement ceremony. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Kim Jae-won looks at the ball one, almost hits him on the inside, and it's 1-0. 0 for 1 on the day, hit by a pitch in his first at bat, struck out in his second at bat, and the 1-0 is popped up. That one should get out of play also, and 1-1. And KT creeps up, and then Doosan claws back. Creeps up, claws back. Creeps up, claws back. And Kim Jae-won, the 1-1, a beautiful curveball in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Yeah, and the 1-2 pitch doesn't get him to chase, 2-2. Kim Jae-hwan, known for the strikeouts, a strikeout homer double, a true three outcome guy. Yeah, another 2-2 pitch. Fouls that one into his foot. Fouls it into his foot, but it did hit the ground. And here we go, the 2-2 pitch. And that's rolled over. A second baseman over to his right, slides and makes the catch. Slides with his feet to stop, makes the catch, and throws him out at first. And that's one away. That brings up a Pak Jun Soo, 1 for 2 on the day, single in his last at bat, struck out in his first, and looks at ball one on the outside, 1-0. Three straights and multi-hit games for the third baseman. And another 1-0 is inside the zone, and it's 1-1. Looking for his second hit of the day. Wants to continue his multi-hit game streak, as that one is fouled away, and it's 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch off the handle, and that's going to be second baseman under it in the grass, and that's 2 away. Bringing up the number 7 hitter, Young Jin. Young Jin 0 for 0 for 2. Hopefully they show the replay of his last at bats. It was probably one of the worst worst bunts I've ever seen, as the line drive bunted to the third baseman, who caught it about 3 feet off of the bag. It was hit so hard. Please, please, please show it. As here comes the first pitch in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. 276 on the season. As he's rocking the Moon Bear eye black. Slap that one away, and it's 0-2. Jesus finishes this inning, hoping that he can keep with his quality starts. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Runs it inside, 1-2. Here we go. The 1-2 pitch misses low, 2-2. Well, we decide we want to change the baseballs. We'll get a different one here for the next pitch. 2-2 counts, 2 outs. Jesus likes to turn away from the batter to face second base whenever he uses the pitch comp. As the 2-2 pitch is lifted into left field, going back, but under it is Kim Min-hyuk, and that's 3 away. They get a run on the solo shot by Yang E.G., but that will be it as we go to the 7th inning. It's a 5-3 KT. End of the day for Jesus. Down, na, 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 na. It's like KT will have the 1, 2, 3 hitters coming up. 11, 9, 20 pitches, 97. That should be it for Jesus on the day. 6 innings, 97 pitches, 3 runs on the day with his 6 strikeouts. In line for the win unless he comes back out, which he shouldn't. As but I've seen dumber things in the world. All right, we've got a new pitcher for Doosan. Yi Young Ha out on the mound now. Call me. Nobody should ever call me. All right, here we go. Top of the 7th, Kim Sang-soo leading things off for KT. Kim Sang-soo 1 for 3 on the day and 2 RBI single in his last at bats. Those are the 2 runs that are currently the difference in the game. Never mind, no, they're not. Baejung Dae's sacrifice fly would made it 5. As he looks at just strike 1 in there, and it's 0-1. Kim Sang-soo fly out to left and fly out to left in his other 2 at bats. And here comes the pitch up high, ball 1, 1-1. All right, the 1-1 pitch lays off of it, but it's a strike right down the middle, and that's 1-2. Here we go, the 1-2 pitch. And in the dirt, it's a 2-2. And he spikes that into the dirt, and now that's going to run the count full, 3-2. And here comes the 3-2 pitch that's up on the outside, just above the knees, and that is going to be fouled away. Will it get out of play? It shall. Into the bullpen for Doosan. Almost takes out a couple pitchers over there. I don't know why it's not counting my pitches there. There we go. All right, here we go. 3-2 counts once again. KT trying to get the run they just gave up back with the top of the lineup here in the top of the 7th. And he swings and misses at ball 4. And that's 1 away. Most of the when they have their bullpens next to the plate, like next to the stadium like that, or the playing field, they usually have netting above it, but this stadium does not, which is crazy because this is the stadium that sees a game every day except Monday. All right, Kim Min-hyuk looks at just strike 1 on the outside, 0-1. 1 for 3 on the day. He fly out to center field in his first at bats, a single RBI and a run scored in his second. and a ground out to the first baseman in his third at bat. And the 0-1 pitch is shaking the back leg, and he rolls over that. Second baseman coming in, grabs it, underhand toss, and that's 2 away. Trying to do something. I would love if this game just hurried through. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 would be absolutely fantastic. Running on coming close to 6.5 hours of streaming baseball today, as that's a strike right down the middle, and it's 0-1. An Hyun-min having himself a season again, 348 on to the season. 1 for 2 or 1 for 2 on the day, is that one misses, and it's 1-1. A 6-3 ground out in his first at bat, so a single and an RBI in his second, and a hit by pitch last time he was up to bat in the fifth. Yeah, and the 1-1 pitch rolls over that one. Third baseman picks it up, throws across, and that's 3 away. 1, 2, 3, go. The KT Wiz will go to the bottom of the seventh. It's 5-3 KT. Ba, 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 da, da, da. Let's see. They'll have the 8 to 9 one hitters coming up for Doosan there in the bottom of the seventh, as they try to get some runs back. Elsewhere around the league, LG's up 4-2 in the bottom of the eighth. 1 out in the bottom of the eighth as Samsung is up. Lotte is up a 4-2, top of the sixth with runner on first and 1 out for Lotte. Then you've got NC's up 3-2, but SSG's got a runner on first in the top of the seventh with just 1 out. So all the games are close. Just the first game of the day, the 2 o'clock game, was a blowout, 10-1, as Hanwha is guaranteed that they will be in first place at the All-Star game, as they are 3 games ahead of Kia. And if they next week, a huge series as Hanwha versus Kia playing, and Hanwha will be without their top 3 starters. No Weiss, no Yuhan Jin, and no Ponce. Kia could have both foreign pitchers, and then whoever else they choose to pitch on the other day. So Hanwha is guaranteed that they'll at least be in first place no matter what. No. Won Sang-hyun out on the mound now, 2.88 ERA, 0-1 on the season, 12 holds, as he will replace De Jesus, who has himself a quality start and is in line for the win. Won Sang-hyun. And just like that, it's ball 1 without a pitch being thrown. Pitch clock violation. Oops, he didn't throw a pitch. All right, here we go. That's in there for a strike, and it's a 1-1. Very nice bright glove there for the reliever. Looking like a lime minty, a mince. We'll go with mint, as that's a swing and a miss there. And it's a 1-2. Kang Sung Ho, 1 for 2 on the day. A single, a stolen base, and a run scored in his last at bats. A 6-3 ground out in his first, as that one is bounced into the dirt, and the catcher needs a bit of a breather. Checking on the children, the future children. So get checked on by the trainer. Puts his helmet back on. Rethinks his life decision to be a catcher. And I guess we'll finish this this at bat. All righty, here we go. The 2-2 counts. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be ground ball. Shortstop backhands, slides, throws in time. Another headfirst slide today. Second headfirst slide that I've seen. And the second time he's been thrown out because he's headfirst sliding into first base. KBO still trying to create highlight reels like they've never seen a YouTube video before. Great play by Jong Jun Won as that is in the dirt, and it's ball one. Chu Jae-hyun steps in, 254 on the season, 0 for 2 today, a 4-3 ground out and a 3-1 ground out for the left fielder. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. So that's going to be rolled over. First baseman grabs it, steps on the bag, and that's 2 away. Flips the lineup back over to Yu Chan, who is 1 for 3 on the day. Moving right along. A quick work, please. And that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it, spins around, throws to first, and that will be 3 away. 1, 2, 3. Go the Doosan Bears. We'll go to the 8th inning. It is a 5-3 KT. I like it. I like it. I like it. 1, 2, 3. Let's get another 1, 2, 3 right here, ladies and gentlemen. KT will have their 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up, as I assume we're going to have another pitching change. Ba-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na. All right. Elsewhere. LG's up 4-2. Top of the 9th inning now there. Looks like Lotte is up 4-2. Bottom of the 6th there with a runner on first for Kia. And NC is still up 3-2. Top of the 8th inning for SSG as they're looking to get the win there. So again, all the games were within 2 runs for this afternoon. As we should be coming back. Pak Chi-guk will be out on the mound now for the old Doosan Bears. 3.03 ERA on the season for Pak Chi-guk, 1-1 with 1 save and 9 holds. Might have some other changes. And without this And the catcher is slowly strolling up to the plates as, again, he had to go check on his children during the break after he went down to a couple knees. All right, Jang Sung-woo steps in. 2 for 3 on the day with a couple singles, and the first pitch is way up high, ball one. Doesn't even look like he should be playing right now. He's leaning on the bats. Why is he in? Take him out of the game if he's in such pain that he can't bat. The 1-0 pitch sets up on the outside, and that is lifted into right field as K makes the catch right in front of the warning track, and that's one away. I have a feeling that he won't be back out there to catch. As we will bring up Rojas. Rojas 0 for 3 on the day. Rojas flew out to center in his first at bat, a strikeout in his second, and then a 4-3 ground out in his third at bat. And sets up on the outside, curveball. Look, no, a slider moves way inside, and it's ball one, 1-0. 253 on the season now for Rojas. And the 1-0 pitch rolls over on that, and that's 1-1. Got to do something, I guess, right? Congratulations, you moved ahead of Kiwi with your chatting today. All right, the 1-1 pitch and there for a strike, and it's 1-2. I still have no idea how it works. It randomly started this weekend. It started yesterday. I have no idea how it works, but the 1-2 is outside at 2-2. All right, the 2-2 count. Yang Yi goes down to a knee, and time is called by someone. I don't know who. Yeah, Jeo Hyung Han Tasokando. Yeah, another 2-2 pitch. Misses outside, runs the count full, 3-2. Third full count of the day for KT. 2 fly out to center, and a fly out to left on their other 2 full counts. 0 for 2 on the day. And sets up right at the waist on the inside corner and misses up high, ball 4. Rojas with a 1-out walk. Rojas rolls back to the dugouts. We'll have a pinch runner here. Jang Jin Hyuk will take over, former Hanwha Eagle. And that checks over on him. All right, Oh Yoon Suk over 1 for 1 on the day. And a swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. Yeah, and then time is called. Says wait for the batter to put his hands on his bats before you start your motion. Here we go. 0-1 pitch. Not from this guy, as that is going to be lifted, but foul. And the souvenirs in the foul territory. And it's 0-2. Maybe the next guy in the lineup, but you're not getting home runs from this guy. All right, here we go. The 0-2 pitch sets up way up in the zone, right at the chest, and it misses 1-2. Game crawling to a halt almost. And another 1-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball. First pitcher grabs it, underhand toss after he bobbles it twice. And that will be a 1-3 putouts as John Gene Hawk heads on over to second base. I thought he was going to end up bobbling it so much he couldn't get the outs. And tries to grab it with the glove, grabs it, drops it out of the glove, then tries to grab it, misses it, but catches it on the air. And yeah, just like you drew it up, as it's now 2 outs in the top of the 8th for Wong Jae-gyun as he looks at ball one that just misses the zone. 1-0. 1 for 3 on the day. He struck out in his first at bat, to singled, scored a run in his second, and a ground out to the first baseman in the third at bats. Looks at strike one at the bottom of the zone there. 1-1. I don't have the Wong Jae-gyun song, as that is a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. He's someone that I wouldn't even play his song if I was a KT fan. All right, you sing it yourself. All right, here we go. The 1-2 pitch sticks the bat out and it bloops it over the second baseman, and John Gene Yuck will come running home as an RBI single adds another run, a much needed run for KT, and that's makes it 6-3. Who was his wife? Aspa or whatever? K-pop idol, right? Was is the key phrase there. And that is that's foul away. 0-1. Because Kiwi's always been is the guy that you passed. Kiwi's been watching my broadcast for 4 years. As here comes the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. 0-2. They go strictly by height. No, the goat's Wit. I haven't seen Wit though. All righty, the 0-2 pitch sets up on up high, and that misses up high. Kiwi, did you ever go for a walk? Get the app going? Little Nick has got some territory in Dejan, as the 1-2 is swings at a pitch way down on the ground. First baseman or pitcher covers, throws over to first, and gets the outs. But they get another run. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 6-3. KT. It doesn't have to be a circle. Like I just last night after my stream, I just went started walking. Yeah, you don't get much. So I found out. So I was trying to figure something out. So yeah, because you said no runs in the seventh, one run in the eighth. So you're just glad that that one run was for KT. So like I have, from my house, and then I go to the river, and then I run up the river, and then come back, and then go back to the house. And then I walked. Remember, I said I was walking by the stadium to go grab the stadium, and so I walked towards the stadium, and then down to the river, and then run, and then come back. I thought it would collect all of the area in between, but it doesn't. It only collects what you go around that time. It doesn't like add from different places. So my area is not as big as I wanted it to be. All right. Yeah. Dang Aussies in their apps. All righty, righty, Ronnie. Still out there? Wang Sang Yin? I believe he's still out there. He is still out there. Wang Sang Hyun is still out there. Uh Catcher still back behind the plates as Jung Soo Bin looks at ball one outside, ball 1-0. Catcher couldn't catch, couldn't swing a bat, couldn't run, but he's back there behind the plate again. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Outside again at 2-0. And here comes the 2-0 up high, 3-0. Yeah, Kiwi, you still got to upload them because the more walks you do, the more runs you do, the better you get points, even if you're not getting a lot of territory. As the 3-0 counts, it misses. No, it catches the inside corner, and it's now 3-1. Warming up is the closer and Juguan. And here comes the 3-1 pitch. Misses outside, ball four. He walks the leadoff batter, and Jung Soo Bin is on base, which also means Jung Soo Bin is about to be on second base. Uh, yeah, I don't use that because I have my Apple Watch. So I log everything with my watch, and then it just uploads it. Yeah. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the pitcher. No, a pitching change is they are not going to chance it here. Yeah, I mean, well, whatever. So you've got to make sure you sync it together. You can use the app. I mean, for you, yeah, I would use the app. Yeah, I'm sure. All right, let's see who is coming in. Again, this KBO app is so bad. So Jugon coming in to take over on the mound. 2.50 ERA is 17 games, 18 innings for the right-hander. All right, Cave steps in. And first pitch is lifted into the air, but it will get out of play, and it's 0-1. Cave 1 for 3 on the day, a single with an RBI and a stolen base in the first inning. Then a pop up into foul territory, caught by the third baseman, and then a strikeout in his last at bats. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that is ripped right into center field, and that's going to put runners on first and seconds with nobody out. And bringing up Yang Yi. Yang Yi already with 1 home run today, 1 for 3 on the day. You better call him back, Nerf. And misses outside. Ball 1, 1-0. Yang Yi 1 for 3 on the day. Struck out in his first at bats, a 5-3 ground out, and then a solo shot in his last. You gotta send him a message on Cacao, as that's Mrs. Lowe, 2-0. Guy on deck is another guy that can also hit plenty of home runs. And the 2-0 is a grounded foul. 2-1. Yang Yi, Yang Yi. All right, 2-1 count sets up on the outside, and that's grounded foul again. And it's 2-2. Elsewhere around the league, both teams that are down by 2 have runners on first. The team down by 3 has runners on first and second. Tying runs at the plates for all 3 teams losing right now. And the 2-2 is fouled away, and it stays 2-2. This is typical KBO, as here comes the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball past the diving shortstop. He'll come up throwing, and he is in there with an RBI single. As that puts the tying run on base, and KT is only up by 2. Still nobody out as Kim Jae-won comes up. 1,900 hits for Yang Yi. That'll be it for him as they will bring in a pinch runner. Junda something. What the hell? And that is ripped. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will put the Doosan Bears ahead 7-6. KBO. KBO. It's not over yet, man. As they are beating up on Kim Jae-ho. Nope. All right. Well, that changes the game, ladies and gentlemen, as that brings up Park Jun-soo. Looks at ball one. It's not over yet. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. And that is ripped to the shortstop. Bobbles it, gathers his feet. The throw not in time. And that will be an E6. That was a liner, man. That was a line shot. Now we know why the line was busy. All right, Oh Myung-jin looks at strike one on the inside corner, and it's 0-1. Oh Myung-jin 0 for 3 on the day. Strike out, a bunt liner, and a fly out to left. And here comes the 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman misses it. Good Lord. And a bobble by the right fielder. Did he touch the ball? Did he touch it? Did the second baseman touch it? Wow. They have fallen apart, is what you meant to say. Runners on first and third, nobody out. Did they really give him a hit on that? All right, now runners on first and third, nobody out. Kang Sung Ho coming up. Kong Sung Ho, 1 for 3 on the day, 6-3 ground out, a single, stolen base, and a run scored, and a 6-3 ground out. As that's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop, tosses to the second baseman, throws to first, and that will score another one as Doosan adds to their lead on the 6-4-3 double play. That brings up a Chu Jae Hyun. And that misses low, ball one. That air is huge. Instead of a 6-7 game, 6-8. And that misses up high. Ball 2-0. Jesus no longer going to get a win. Quality starts and given the lead is KT's bullpen implodes. Here we go. The 2-1 pitch. It sets up right in the middle, and that is lifted into the air. Center fielder over, right fielder calls him off, and that's 3 away. But they add 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th. We'll go to the 9th. It's 8-6. Doosan. Wow. Just wow. Wow. KBO doing KBO things, ladies and gentlemen. That should bring out Kim Tae-gyun, and I'm gonna guess Kim Gi-yun will go back behind the plate. Oh, Kim Tae-gyun out on the mound. 2.79 ERA, 1-2 on this season. 13 save in 37 games. In last year's Rookie of the Year, not having as great of a season as he had last year, but good enough. As Kim Gi-yun back behind the plate, looks like. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Lee Jung-hoon pinch hitting here. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that's just misses outside, 1-1. And misses up high. Jun Da-min at left field, and then Kim Gi-yeon in back behind the plate. And fouled away. And another foul. Will it get out of play? It will. And it's 2-2. There we go. And the 2-2 pitch catches him looking. Just barely gets a piece of the zone, and that's will be one away as they flip the lineup back over. Again, they lowered the strike zone this year. That probably wasn't a strike last year. All right, Kim Song-soo, a 1 for 4 on the day. As that's going to be a liner. Center fielder going back, makes the catch. And that's 2 away. That brings up a Kim Min-hyuk. Yeah, most likely. Kiwi's not even a KT Doosan fan. Kiwi's a Hanwha fan. As that's misses in, and it's 1-0. Oh, it hit him. All right, An Hyun-min. All righty, here we go. Tying run at the plate in the form of the current best player in the KBO. First best hitter in the KBO. An Hyun-min steps in. 1 for 3 on the day, an RBI single back in his second at bats. 346 on the season. 6-3 ground out hit by pitch and a 5-3 ground out in his other at bats. And that is in the dirt. It's ball 1. An Hyun-min hitting 1,000 against Kim Tae-hyun. No 1 for 1 on the day. 1 for 1 with a home run. And that checks over at first. Here we go. The 1-0 pitch sets up on the inside. And misses inside at 2-0. 안녕하세요. 아니요. 아니요. 야구장 안 가요. As that is in the dirt, and it's 3-0. 네, ticket 잡지 못해요. Can't get a ticket. All right, here we go. 3-0 counts. Sets up on the outside. Just catches it, and it's 3-1. Yeah, they should. All right, the 3-1 pitch sets up in the middle, and that is in the dirt. And wisely, they walk him. Normally you don't want to put the leadoff runner on base, or the tying run on base, but in this situation, I think it's a good idea. That brings up Jang Sung-woo. 2 for 4 on the day, a single, and a 6-4-3 groundout with a fly out to right in his last at bats. Yeah. All right, so Jang Sung-woo sets up on the outside, runs it, almost hits him. Ball 1-1 and 0. Park Jung-soo warming up in the Doosan bullpen. Rojas on deck. No, Jang Jin-hyuk on deck. As that is fouled away. 1-1. Jang Jin-hyuk on deck since Rojas came out for the pinch runner. You don't want to face the prettiest man in baseball. He is pure clutch. Runners in scoring position in the 9th inning. He's 0 for 2, and he slaps that one to the right side. That should score 1, as Kim Min-hyuk will come in to score. And it is a 1-run game, ladies and gentlemen. A 1-run game. Not only that, you've got runners on the corners now. Big time, ladies and gentlemen. That brings up Jang Jin-hyuk. They'll get a pinch runner for obvious reasons. And Guangdong Jin, he is fast, ladies and gentlemen. Guangdong Jin, the guy at first base, is ridiculously fast. I assume they're going to pinch hit for Jang Jin-hyuk here. Yep, they're going to pinch hit for Jang Jin-hyuk. Kang Hyun-woo. And the first pitch is up high, ball 1. You know that you have no confidence in your guy when you sub a left-hander, you sub a right-handed for a left-hander with a righty on the mound. And that's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1 or 1-1. And misses up high, 2-1. No, I'm sorry, man. Kang Hyun-woo, a 269 on the season, a big spot here. And that checks over on Guangdong Jin. Double easily scores Guangdong Jin. And here comes the 2-1 pitch. Way up high, ball 3, 3-1. Kiwi, is it me or does the Doosan temporary manager remind you of the KT manager? All right, Kang Hyun-woo, 3-1 counts, sets up right down the middle, and it just barely catches the zone and runs the count full, 3-2. That means Guangdong Jin is going to be running on the 3-2 counts. He will score from a single. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the KBO in its finest. And here comes the 3-2 pitch. Lifted into the center field. The center fielder going back, but under it. And that's will be the game. Doosan gets a big victory. And that's... No, not Jung-Soo Bin. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Doosan with the come-from-behind victory. They tried to cough it back up. Like I said, the air was huge because the air made it 8-6 instead of 7-6. That run was the difference. That air cost KT the game. Big, huge air in the 8th inning would have been an out, but that error ended up letting that run score to make it 8-6 at the time. I said it was a big deal, and it was, as the Doosan is able to come away with a win on a 3-run shot by Kim Jae-won that's at the time put him up a 7-6. So Jesus pitched well. 97 pitches from him, 6 strikeouts, 6 innings, 3 runs. But nothing you can do whenever the bullpens of the KBO get involved. Doosan able to, every time KT would get a run, Doosan would get another run. And every time that Doosan would get a run, KT would get a run. And it's slowly but surely the difference in the game is that air, that one air set next to those the 9 hits was huge. KT had more base runners, but they couldn't come away with the big hit whenever they needed it. And because of that, Doosan was able to hold on for the win. And well, Doosan still sucks, but they suck 1 game less than what you would think. KT with a big loss there. Elsewhere around the league, LG wins 4-2 against Samsung. Kia is currently down 5-2 against Lotte, which is a big deal for Kiwi and for Hanwha because if Kia loses, that means Hanwha is guaranteed to be in first place by themselves at the All Star break. NC wins against SSG. Like I said, the two locks easily would be Hanwha and NC on the day, and I was right once again. Follow me for all of your non-betting advice because I don't ever say anything before the game start anyway. So Hanwha wins 10-1 in the first game I streamed. Easy win there for Weiss. Doosan with the come from behind victory here in today's my doubleheader game with the big 3-run shots by Kim Jae-won and the big air. And again, I talk about the huge air that ended up what scored the tie or the go ahead and the winning run. So LG keeps pace with Hanwha. They'll be 4 games back. Lotte looks like they're going to win against Kia as Kia's coming up now in the bottom of the ninth. So if you're still wanting some baseball, you might as well head to the Lotte Kia game as Kia's coming up to bat in the bottom of the ninth, down 3. And then NC wins that game against SSG just like I guaranteed it would. That puts NC with a 3-2 victory. And that'll be it for me. I will not be streaming next weekend. It is the All-Star game. If you, even if you, I know most of the people that are watching these streams, you guys are betting or gambling or whatever, but I don't care. But even if you are not, if you're not betting money, definitely watch the game. It is really a great game. It really is. It is what the MLB All-Star game should be. It is what the MLB All-Star game should be. It is a lot of fun to watch. Costumes, dancing, acting, playing around. It is an amazing game to watch. Even I don't know, maybe tomorrow, or maybe Friday nights, the All-Star game for the Futures League, which is the minor league game, also will be streamed. I don't know if it'll be on Soup or if it will be on the KBO channel. It may be on the KBO YouTube channel, but definitely, yeah, Kiwi will be in the game on Friday night to at the the minor league, the second league All-Star, the Futures League is what they call it, the Futures League All-Star game. So they also have the Home Run Derby on the same day, Friday night's Home Run Derby. Unfortunately, they don't have the perfect bunter, the perfect hitter, or whatever. And then Saturday will also be the summer race, which is a relay race with the players and families, not the player families, but the families of fans or whatever. So definitely check that out next weekend. I will be back in 2 weeks. Next week after the All-Star game, I will put up a poll that lets you vote in which games I'm going to stream. So definitely check that out. Thank you guys for tuning in, especially those of you that were around for both games. I will be back in 2 weeks. So as always, thank you guys, and until next time.